As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juices pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff and Booner on a Friday, September 5th. We are back. Previewing the weekend. It's the last show before we got our pregame watch party postgame on Sunday. This week flew by, and I can't believe we're already 2 days away. We're 2 days away.
Yeah.
We got football on yesterday, football on today. We had news happen today that crushed the hearts of Lions fans. We'll get into that as well. And we have the debut of our special guest. He's never joined the show before.
9 p.m. special guest, one of the biggest we've ever had.
I am so fired up for it. And then
I think a lot of never mind.
And then we have a less of a special guest, Caleb Czarnik. No, I'm kidding.
So
shout out Caleb, man. We love him. He's joining us at 9:30 to do Pick'em around the NFL. We'll bring that back every single Friday. So we'll argue with Caleb and pick NFL
Who
games.
just popped up on my phone?
The cheese grater dude?
Cheese grater guy.
Is he in attendance?
Nah, he's gonna be tomorrow, I'm sure. He said we're back in Green Bay. Let's go. Love that guy.
Love that.
Absolute legend.
Absolutely love that. But we have more of the game to preview today, of course. We'll get into like the specifics and everything. I just want to say, Boone, also sunburn looks much improved. You look good. Yeah, you look good.
Face, the peeling's all done on the face. You know, like after it's all washed away, it's all good. Under the shirt, just a little different story. Like we're peeling. It's a process. I don't ever know, like, if I'm being honest, I don't know if it's something you're supposed to just like naturally let it happen. Just let yourself.
You might gotta moisturize.
But like, are you supposed to peel it? Are you supposed to take it off? Like, is it like, and this is gonna sound so bad. Is it like, you know, like when a snake is like shedding a skin? It's like you're supposed to peel it and get it off of you so you can get to the next layer.
No, not at all. No, not at all. I like where you were going, but no, not at all.
Yeah, or like those like reptiles. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
No, that's fair. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of skin.
Like a lizard, like
yes.
Like a lizard.
Yeah,
kind of.
There's a lot of skin coming off me right now. So Klotz said he eats the skin.
I would say Klotz. Like, I mean, this is a Toledo thing. It's what this is. The Toledo.
By the way, never mind. Actually, I have to check. Klotz messaged me earlier. That's on me. I never.
Shout out Klotz, man. I can't wait to see his crack.
Klotz is going to okay, I'll say it. Klotz he got approved for UFC press passes next week.
That lucky
in Vegas. Yeah. I just realized I messaged him earlier about it. It was just like on Snapchat. And then
Klotz,
I don't go on Snapchat much.
And
I just chatted. He responded. I was like, wait a sec. He said, yeah, he's going to go at least to the press conferences.
He's going to see Uncle Dana?
He is. Shake his hand firsthand.
Yeah, shout out to Klotzy, man.
Klotz, if you don't go to the what is the other one? The slap.
Klotz, is that I Am Athlete? Is that what he got approved by? Is that through I Am Athlete, or how did that? Did he just? There's no way he just. Oh,
say he's not going to the fight.
But still, like that's still sweet though to go out there. He's going out to Vegas, man. What the? I love Vegas. Vegas is a lot of fun. You've been to Vegas, right?
Never. No.
Oh,
I'll go. I mean, it's not. If I'm just being honest, like, yeah, I think it would be probably a good time. I would do it. It's not like something that's been on my list. Like, there are definitely locations that
I think we have a great time in Vegas.
Like, I went to Miami. Miami was pretty good.
Like
Nashville, I love Nashville. Like, if Vegas is like Nashville, I'm in. But I like Nashville. Like, if you're like, let's go to Vegas or Nashville, I'd pick Nashville.
I love Vegas.
I like the vibe.
This is awesome.
Italy or Vegas, please take me to Italy.
Okay, that's
yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, I would rather spend the money to go somewhere I want to go. I would do Vegas if it's like, hey, we're going. I would go.
You would love Vegas. I know you would. Shout out to Klotzy though. But hey, we have to address some. You might be on the stand.
Yeah, you know what? I have never. And by the way,
Purple Prince says, I was told, Boone, Za'Darius is going to be a line in the next 3 weeks. That's what I was told.
Should I? I'll just be the good guy. I'll be a good guy today.
All right.
I just Shift got said winner crash out. Let me be the good guy today. Hand up, I was wrong. I thought Za'Darius was going to be a Lion, not a Lion. That's on me. I stood on that. That's probably one of my longest takes of all time, the last like 6 months. And at the end of the day, too, I'll say this, and a lot of people on YouTube, Jeff, or on Twitter, who was it that I said had no backbone a couple weeks ago? Do you remember who that was? Was that Lions fans?
Yes.
Okay. Lions fans still have zero backbone. Some of the zero backbone. No one has backbones in this space when it comes to Lions, like fan base. It's one of the most ridiculous things. For the last 3 months, every single Lions fans, Jeff, was like pounding the table for Za'Darius, right? Let's say 90%. There was 10% that said we don't need him. I respect whoever that was. I know there's some people in the chat. 90% of the people even in the chat right now who are probably saying something to me all wanted Za'Darius. And today, when I post something about it and say, hey, this is one of the biggest, and when I say biggest, I mean like the biggest misses and bad decisions that Brad Holmes has made since being the GM of the Detroit Lions, which I think is a fact. I don't think, Jeff, I don't know if you disagree with me.
No, I agree. It's definitely probably
biggest because you are a Super Bowl contender. You add another edge rusher to Aiden Hutchinson on the opposite side that you know is going to play and produce, and as well as you have Marcus Davenport, you are almost guaranteed to be one of the favorites to win a Super Bowl and have a very good chance to go win it. And all he had to do was just say, one, either he opted into the deal and just said, screw it, we'll take the, $15 million hit, whatever it is. Or two, you just give him a $10 million contract instead of a $9 million, and he would have just stayed here. He wanted to be in Detroit. He made it known. He's dating cashed out. Like, he wanted to be in Detroit. Instead, Brad refused to pay him at least $9 million, I'm sure. Excuse me. Sunburns like got me sick. And he goes to Philly. This is one of the biggest swings and misses of Brad Holmes' career in Detroit. And I said it in the video. Brad Holmes is still one of the best GMs in the NFL. I put him at top 5, top 6. Like, he is still one of the best, and he's created one of the best teams in the NFL. Both things can be true. Brad can have this, but he can also be the best in the league. And I think both are true. I think Brad Holmes is one of the best in the NFL. He's built one of the best rosters in the NFL and a Super Bowl contender. He deserves all the credit for that. I love Brad Holmes. I want Brad Holmes to have a lifetime contract in Detroit. I really do. I think he's that good. But this was a miss. And there's a lot of people in the chat that are being like, oh, we never needed Za'Darius. Those same people, Joe, I bet I could go to old shows and pull up live chats, and they're saying they want Za'Darius. And it's the same 100 people in my comments, the 150, 200 comments that I have in my video of people being like, you're an idiot, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Of the people that are coming at me and saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. Those same people wanted Za'Darius Smith. But all of a sudden, since Brad didn't get him, he went to Philly and he's on a different team. Oh, he was never any good. He was never good. We never actually wanted him. Shut up. Have a backbone for once in your life, man. Honestly, like it's so frustrating. It really is. And it's okay to sometimes admit, like, hey, he made a bad move. Like, he should have signed him. Like, he should be in the Honolulu Blue on Sunday night. He should. And on top of that, Lions 57, like, Philly signed him so Detroit couldn't. He went to literally another contender in your conference. Like, you were going to have to go through him, and it's not like
what makes it worse.
It's not like it's like the Packers or the Rams or this. It's the Philadelphia Eagles, Howie Roseman, and a team that just won the Lombardi Trophy. It's so bad. It's so bad. And you know what? All the people who are coming at me for being mad about it and going at Brad, I can guarantee you, and whether he admits it or not, I could guarantee you Brad Holmes is at home right now probably throwing a box of Kleenex across the room. I don't know why I said a box of Kleenex. I see one right here. There's one right in front of me over here. That's all. There's one on my desk here. That's why I saw it. It was the first thing I could think of.
I got a bottle of lotion over there too.
But no, listen, and we can move on from it because obviously the season starts where he's not coming here. It's over. It's done. Swing and a miss on Brad Holmes' part, though. I
agree with you, and I think that's people struggle with that sometimes because, people, and I'm not speaking for all people. I think there's certain people out there that are they just refuse to admit when someone that is often right is wrong. It's okay. He's not gonna hit 100% of his decisions. I don't think Howie Roseman's perfect. I think there's things Howie Roseman does where Eagles fans go, don't really like that. It's normal. So I want to get that very clear. I agree with you. I think this is a big fumble by Brad. I think it's a big fumble for not re-signing him, and I think it's even worse that he went to the Eagles. Now, the Eagles will have an Aiden, but the thing you notice with the Eagles, with Howie, is they're never satisfied. Like Howie Roseman, they just won a Super Bowl. Howie has every right to look at his roster and be like, we're probably good enough to win.
We're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're probably good enough to win another one. You know what? Let's bring in Za'Darius Smith. Like, we need edge depth. Even though we signed 2 in the offseason, we need more. We have Nolan Smith. He comes off the edge in certain spots. I just want more. I want more depth. I want to win another one. That's why I think Howie's in a whole nother stratosphere when it comes to GMs. I think Brad is in the top GM atmosphere. He's a very good GM. 2 things can be true, like you said. He's a very good GM. He fumbled this. And the thing that frustrates me is what you said. People want to act like Za'Darius Smith just can't play football all of a sudden. And I want to address one point that people continuously bring up, and it's just incorrect. The biggest thing people bring up is, he just gets cleanup sacks. Do you think here, I'll ask you, Booner, because we have to be consistent with this. Do we believe pass rush win rate is an important stat when it comes to pass rushers?
Yes.
I would say that.
It's
chat,
probably,
yes or no?
Outside of maybe sacks, it's probably the next biggest.
Okay, so chat, are you with me? Do we believe pass rush win rate is important? I would say myself, yes. It means one-on-one, man versus man. Can you win that matchup? Aiden Hutchinson has a very high pass rush win rate. He actually had the highest pass rush win rate last year. So when it comes to that, we use it for Aiden because it's important, right? But for Za'Darius, no one wants to mention it. He had the 7th highest pass rush win rate last year? 7th. Za'Darius Smith. He had an 18.7% pass rush win rate.
You got it, bud.
That's the 3rd year in a row, Booner. He's had over 18%. This isn't a one-year thing. He's done this the last 3 seasons. So consistently, he wins. He produces. Oh, yeah. And the Eagles gave him a deal that is 1 year. 1 year.
Up to, it's not even $9 million. It's up to $9 million. So it's most likely incentives and if he plays and just certain things like that. Yeah.
Something, whatever it is, factored into it, whatever. You're telling me, and Marcus Davenport got 1 year, I think it was like 2.5, whatever it is, up to 4.75. So it's like up to almost 5 with incentives. You're telling me you can't give 4 more mil?
30. No, you could. I would give him. Dude, and the thing in 30 seconds too, Jason Bowers. I just want to again clear this point because last time we talked to Darius, this got brought up, but he had Myles Garrett on the other side with the pass rush win rate. He has Aiden Hutchinson on the other side here too, so that rate would have been just as high, and he would have produced just as high because he has Aiden Hutchinson next to him. All right, we can move on.
And you know what? But here's the thing though, he played half the year without Myles Garrett, and that percentage
and still did it.
There.
So both times, with someone and without.
On the line last year.
And you're about to have Aiden Hutchinson with him.
All due respect to Josh Batts.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that people act like it's a nothing burger. And you know what's funny is all of a sudden now that Za'Darius is with the Eagles, I see people throwing out stats on Twitter and making posts on Twitter of trying to be like, well, Za'Darius at the back half of the season was worse than the first half of the season, or this or that. And it's like, why weren't you making those posts when they were trying to sign him and being like and saying and putting things out there being like, this is why the Detroit Lions really don't need to sign Za'Darius, right? Like, why wasn't that coming out? But all of a sudden now he's gone. Everyone has an opinion that, oh, well, really the Lions actually don't need him. This is actually a good reason why the Lions moved on from him. No, what are we talking about? It was a bad decision from Brad Holmes at the end of the day. Like, it just point blank. He should have either opted in or just given him the money, and you add to this thing, and now you don't have to worry about at the trade deadline having to give up random assets to go get someone or hope that, hey, Marcus Davenport stays healthy. And you know what, Jeff, me and you could sound so dumb in 6 months if Marcus Davenport stays healthy and has a 10-sack season. We'll look dumb. And you know what? I would love to look dumb in that case, right? Like,
yeah, because the likelihood is just it's just low.
Yeah. I mean, the sample size me and you have is a 10-year NFL career, and we got a lot working on our side.
Yeah, I mean, the data suggests he's never done it. So, I mean, even if I'm wrong, it's like, okay, I just didn't believe he would do it because he's never done it. Like Za'Darius, we have data to suggest over 3 years he's productive. He wins one-on-ones. He checks all the boxes character-wise. The Lions are very picky when it comes to that. They obviously like Za'Darius. It just didn't really make a lot of sense. And the other argument people say is, well, he's bad against the run. That wouldn't be his role in Detroit, by the way. His role wouldn't be defend the run. You have guys that can defend the run. His role would be on third downs, rushing the passer, which people might say, well, I'm not paying $9 million for that, up to $9 million. I would. To get after the quarterback for 1 year, you have money. You have $40 million. I'm not saying you sign him to a 3-year deal, 2-year deal. The Eagles sign him to a 1-year deal, and we can't sit here and say, well, maybe he wanted longer terms from the Lions. We don't know that. I'm not working in what ifs. I'm dealing with facts. He signed his deal with the Eagles. I'm working off that deal. We can't be speculating. Well, you never know. He might have wanted more money and more years with the Lions. We can't assume that because the only thing we have is a contract that the Eagles gave him that is actually a bargain, in my opinion, to be a starting edge rusher for them. So
do you think Keaton put here, how do we know he didn't want to turn down a big this because he wanted a bigger role, a larger role? Do you think that's actually the case? I think that's one of the only caveats that you could actually argue. He is going to be one of the better, probably, because to your point, like his role, like obviously he's going to be rotating with Marcus Davenport on maybe run, pass downs, different scenarios. Maybe he's playing inside, outside. Where in Philly, it's also a contending team that just won a Super Bowl. But at the same time, he's probably going to have a bigger role in Philly. So maybe that was part of it. That honestly could have been part of it.
But the thing that makes me think, and it's fair.
Why? That's like the only.
He waited till September 5th. So you know what I'm saying? He gave the Lions a chance. Like there was obviously some interest in you know what I'm saying? He waited this long to sign. So either A, the Eagles they just offered him recently, or B, he was waiting and waiting and waiting until he went, this ain't working with the Lions, man. I'm going
I'll go somewhere else. Because it felt like he had said he wanted to be, or they wanted to be.
He wanted to be here. Yeah. Absolutely, he wanted to be here. So yeah, I
kind of blame Doc. Doc put that article out and made that tweet, and Cash Doll saw it, and Cash Doll obviously was Za'Darius, and she made that post, and it kind of escalated. It's the Doc.
I just think
we might have to suspend him for a Wednesday night.
The Doc, after Cash Doll post, he did it a day after Cash Doll posted that on Instagram. So
yeah, and why did she post that on Instagram? The Doc.
Hashtag blame the Doc. This is what I'll say. The final thing, we can move on.
He's indefinitely suspended from our show.
I just want to mention for Brad Holmes, I think he does an excellent job at a talent. I said this in the video today. Talent evaluation check. Draft. It comes with drafting. That comes in free agency. I think for the most part, who he's signed in free agency, he's done pretty good. Like DJ Reader, DJ Reed, Carlton Davis. Well, it was a trade, but still, going out and grabbing guys that have been contributors for this team, like Meek Robertson. Like he's done a good job in free agency. But the problem I have with Brad is he gets very passive sometimes. And I'm not asking for him to be less Snead and go all in, but this to me was like the minimum go all in move. Like this was like not even a big ask. Like we're not talking about Micah Parsons, or we're not talking about Trey Hendrickson. We're not talking about all these ridiculous moves. We're talking about a 1 year up to $9 million deal for Za'Darius Smith. That's like the minimum.
Dude, I would have even said, I said it earlier today. I was talking to my cousin when this happened. I was like, I would have done 1 for 12. And I wouldn't even done incentives. I would have just, here's 12. Like, here you go.
And that doesn't affect paying guys.
No.
Because then he's off the books and then you can pay guys. It doesn't.
Well, the only thing is, it's like some cap does carry over. So maybe they're trying to carry some over for next year. And with the way they're doing their books, I don't know. But maybe that Brad's been pretty like this. Because
Aiden doesn't kick in for another year. Panay doesn't kick in for another year.
Well, that's the thing. It's like another year, but next year a lot do kick in. So maybe that's where Brad's getting tighter on money to where, it looks like we have 40 on the books or whatever, 30 something on the books now, to where maybe he wants to carry all of what he has right now over, and he doesn't want to spend a dime of it. I don't know. That's what I'm saying though. Maybe financially they're in a different spot than we think.
Now what the reality of it is now you're banking on Davenport at this point. So buckle up. Now it's this is what it is
now.
Yep, because now you're banking on Davenport.
To be honest, if I'm being honest
That's
too,
what it is.
I think there's a world where when Dan went on 97.1 2 days ago, or whenever, or what is it, Thursdays that he does it? Shout out Jansen and Costa too. Two great dudes. But I think he knew that Za'Darius was going to sign with Philly. I think he had an idea. Because now thinking back at that clip, him saying what he said, it just makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, he probably
he
wasn't signing that with them.
If you know he's going to Philly and you're like, we don't need him anyway. It's like, we're good. Like, we're fine. He probably, like, watching it back now, knowing he's in Philly, Dan might have had a little bit of animosity in his voice.
He's like, because now they're going to play Philly. So,
yeah. And you have to go through Philly to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's a great move by Philly, man. Like, they lost Josh Sweat and they replaced him with someone who will probably get similar numbers.
By the way, Philly should have lost last night too. That was ridiculous. They're so lucky they won that game.
I would say the Eagles, like, they won that game ugly. Like, that's what great teams do. Like, that was an ugly.
Yeah, but do you want to be honest with you? I think there's ugly games you win like that. Did you watch the end of it? Were you able to see the last quarter?
No.
Well, one, Dallas, it felt like Dallas was, I would say, I felt like they were dominating more, and then there was the lightning delay, and then the third quarter, no one really scored in the second half. Dude, Jeff, Eagles did nothing, essentially, in my opinion, to stop Dak Prescott. The only reason they lost was because CeeDee Lamb dropped like 3 passes, like downfield. Like, when I say drop, like in a bucket, like in his hands. Like, they just needed a touchdown to win the game. There was a ball, one of the best thrown balls I've seen in a long time. Dak right in the middle between like 2 defenders into CeeDee's arms. And he just blatantly just dropped it. I've never seen it. Never seen it. And then there was another one he threw down the sideline and CeeDee dove for it, went right in his bucket. Didn't catch it.
Yeah, I did see Dak. He did play well.
Yeah. CeeDee just dropped him. If CeeDee doesn't drop those passes, they win the game. Without a doubt. The Eagles did nothing to – I mean, obviously they did stuff to win it, but –
I think what I'll give the Eagles credit is they lost their best defensive player before they even played a snap.
Yeah.
That matters. And you got to think, like, on that D-line, they have Jordan Davis. They had Jordan Davis and a bunch of dudes.
It's so funny with Jordan Davis. It's just like he's not in the, shape to play all game.
He doesn't –
like,
he doesn't play all
game. They
game.
made it such a point, like, he's got to play the whole game now, like – and then after they interviewed him, and they were like, the second most he's ever played in his career. It was like 68% or it's like 70% of snaps.
Yeah, and they did it. You got to think, like, they have a new OC, like they ironed and they won with a new OC in his debut. No Jalen Carter, and the pass game wasn't obviously as great as which we talked about that with Philly. I know during the show it's like, oh, Philly, but the more I think about it, like I think Philly's still going to be a big player, man.
They're going to be good. I don't know if they're going to be like I think Commanders win that division. I do think Philly can be beaten.
Yeah,
they're going to be a contender down the stretch, though.
And their pass rush last night, for the most part, like Nolan Smith didn't have a great game. That's probably why they were like, we're getting Za'Darius Smith, which is a great move by them. Like that
was their first game with no Josh Sweat.
Yeah, they're like, we need more pass rush. But again, it's not like they don't have an Aiden Hutchinson. But the point is, they here's the thing. They have all these players extended, right? And they still called the Cowboys about Micah Parsons. Like, that's just how they operate, man. Like he does not rest. He wants to constantly add, constantly be aggressive. They want to win. They want to win Super Bowls. They just won one and they still are trying to be aggressive. Like, and I think that's where Brad, I think it's hard because he's been doing this for a very long time. And he knows, like, hey, my job's safe. I'm just going to be aggressive. I think for Brad, he's still in like the feeling out stage where he's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be that aggressive because I've built such a great team. I'd rather just kind of keep what I've done. Like, he's maybe a little hesitant sometimes. Like, I think he's a little more safer because of that. It's like his first GM job. Like, I get it. At the end of the day, he's human too. Like, Howie's more at the point where it's like, dude, I've won 2 Super Bowls here. We've made 3. Like, yep. I'm just gonna go all in. He's like playing Madden right now, like Howie. He's on a whole nother fucking level right now. It's ridiculous.
He's the best in the game. He's the best at what he does.
He's
by
insane.
A mile.
And he's not perfect. He does dumb shit, but they're happy. I'll tell you that. Yep. Tev Sauce, appreciate the $5. Says, what if Brad is going to do something big trade deadline? Then see, here we go with the trade deadline. By the way, appreciate.
I hate relying on. This is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Because then you got to give up assets, which Brad doesn't like doing.
Relying on it, being like, well, we'll just get to the trade deadline and we'll figure it out. Why? When you had an opportunity to already have one of those guys.
Yeah, like he doesn't, and that's the thing with Brad. Like he doesn't like giving up assets, so it's like it's hard to rely on the trade deadline. You didn't have to give up anything for Za'Darius. He was a free agent signing. You just sign him. But now you're going to trade for someone like, and again, we went through this. You have to make sure the player's available that's worth it. You got to make sure they fit your culture. You got to make sure the contract's good. Like and edge rushers just aren't available like that all the time. So honestly, the likelihood of him acquiring someone at the deadline is very significantly low at the pass rush. It is what it is. And I don't see Brad giving up assets like that. So appreciate the $5 though, Jeff Sauce, but I hope that answers that question there. But yeah. All right. We have more to get.
Real quick. Let me see something. Marcus Davenport. Never mind. Wait a second. Hold on. Never mind. I was wondering if we got a comp pick for releasing Za'Darius, but I don't think we did.
No.
I think he had to be a free agent, and we opted out of his deal.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Before we move on, we're going to get into the offense, the defense, what we expect. But first, I do have to tell you about our friends. Well, before that, let me do this. Our friends over at Comer and Cross, which, by the way, they are always a reliable free agency option, and they can take care of you with their summer installation sale, even though it's technically fall. They're still available, and they're still here for their customers because you might be sick and tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, call the number 248-834-3488. They'll transform your patio, pool deck, basement, even your driveway, and they move the stuff out for you. They take care of their customers. That's what they pride themselves on. So give them a call, 248-834-3488. That's 248-834-3488, or book your free estimate at comercross.com. Tell them your friends over at Crunch Time Sports sent you. But let's get into our preview for the game, of course, on Sunday. Listen, this game on Sunday I'm fired up about. I know 425's I wish it was at 1:00 personally, if it's not Sunday night. I hate 425 games. I just do. Hate them. I don't know if I told you that before.
No, I mean, it's prime time. It's America's game of the week, which is exciting. But I'm with you.
It's a personal thing.
Actually, dude, if I'm being honest with you, and I think I loved primetime games because it's like Lions and it's amazing. I don't like primetime games this year. I don't. And then like last year, like obviously we do this and then also have another job. It's like the worst, like a Monday Night Football game, knowing like, hey, we're doing a show until midnight. I get up at 5 a.m. to go to another job. It's just, and like that's just me. But I couldn't imagine people who are going to the games, like especially if it's at Ford Field, work the next day at 8:30 a game, Monday night, Thursday night football game, Sunday night football game, and they don't get home till 3 a.m. Like I couldn't imagine that. Now, if I don't have that other job and this is all we're doing, Jeff, give me every primetime game in the world. I'm good. But I am also in a spot of work to where it's like I'm a man of the people. Like I understand,
Yeah, I mean, late
how
Sunday
the people feel who are out at the game.
Primetime games, you're not getting. I mean, it's like 2 a.m.
Like I would rather every single game just be a 1 p.m. game. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Tev Sauce, by the way, appreciate the Josh. Says Brad literally got Z last year, but you have to think everyone was dead on the roster. So, he got Z because Aiden was hurt. Everyone was hurt. Can you see Brad trading for Za'Darius if that didn't happen? I don't. So unless half the roster on defense is out, maybe. But with a healthy roster, I just don't see it, Tev Sauce. Just my opinion, man. Like it took everyone getting injured for him to make that deal. So, I don't see him making a deal. I
don't like it as well too. Like if you're planning to have a Super Bowl team to like rely on, hey, we're just gonna make a move at the deadline. That's to me, that's like irresponsible.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we won't sign someone without giving up assets. We'll wait and give up assets for somebody.
Before we get into the game, Easy keeps asking if I address the group text. I will make a group chat tonight of our fantasy league. It is essentially it's just crunch time. Our 5 guys, me, Jeff, Lukas, Caleb, Gentry, Easy. Who else is in it? The Doc is in it. Adam is in it. Shout out Adam.
Adam Baydoun.
Sean Murphy and Adam from Honolulu Blues. That's the crew. So I will make a group chat once we get off the show tonight. Easy. It's going to be late. I feel bad texting people that late.
It's a stacked league.
It is. It's a really good league. Like it might be one of the best leagues in the city, to be honest. That's not like people just say that. That's real. Like it probably might be.
Yeah, it's I'm excited. I actually have Mahomes, and I don't know if he's
I had
playing.
Jalen Hurts last night, like almost 30 points.
Good for you. Good for you.
But I also had Devontae Smith, who had like 4.
Which crap the bed. People. I saw some people talking about Devontae. They're like, no more. I'm not drafting.
Well, dude, Devontae had like 4 points, and like AJ Brown had like 3 points, dude, or 1.
Yeah, AJ Brown. I told you, man. I don't take him in fantasy anymore. They don't use him. They barely use him anymore, man. It's terrible. All right, let's get into our preview. We got about 26 minutes before we have our special guest join. So let's get into it. Detroit Lions offense versus the Packers defense. I do want to talk about it. And just your confidence level in John Morton as play calling abilities. What are some players that you're kind of have your eyes on? I think that's an interesting conversation. So for me, I am fired up to see Johnny Morton. All right. I want to see the debut of this offense. I kind of talked about it. We've been talking about it this week, but I think the thing that I'm going to be paying attention to personally, did you see Micah Parsons in his trick plays comments?
No, what did he say?
He said he believes trick plays are just basically teams do it because they can't beat you straight up.
It's stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's dumb. That's like in basketball being like, this team runs a set because they can't beat us one-on-one. What? Like,
it's the game. Thing. Yeah, it's the dumbest. I think Mike is.
That's football. I just don't think Michael I don't think he's like and this is a hot take. Like I don't think he's like a football guy. Like I don't think he likes the X's and O's. I think he's just like a dude that just like I'll just go out there and play. Personally, that's how I feel about
anyone.
Him.
Yeah, if you're like you have to appreciate the creativity. Like you just. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Coach Walk. That's the
Coach Walk. Literally, I was reading his comment. You said that.
That's the shit. Jinx. Coach Walk. I agree with you. Dumbest shit I've ever heard, honestly. Because I look at it like this, man. Like, if the Packers were doing trick plays, he'd have no problem with it. Cowboys were doing trick plays, he'd have no problem with it. If he's just upset the Lions beat him by, 30 plus points? Like doing trick plays. I think in that game, didn't Panay? Or no, that was the Bears. What was the trick play they ran in that game? They ran some trick plays in that game that were a little nasty.
Versus the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Dude, they ran a bunch. Like they kept, remember when they beat the Cowboys by like 15 last year, they just kept running. Like they just kept running up trick plays. And remember they asked, I think after the game, I don't remember the ones they did, but after the game they asked, hey, was this because it was the Dallas? Like were you guys trying to rub it in a little bit? And Dan was like, yeah, could have been. Might have been.
Oh, Skipper ran a route.
Skipper might have scored a touchdown. That might have been Skipper's touchdown.
I would get pissed too, honestly.
Yeah. Can I say this though about the game with the offense? Like,
oh yeah, go ahead.
We got off track so much there. The one thing honestly tomorrow or on Sunday that I'm fully interested in, like yes, John Morton. I think that's such a big storyline, especially with like the weapons that they have, and obviously you want to see what this offense is. A lot of Lions fans, if you haven't been to camp, you really haven't gotten to see what John Morton is about. And we've been at camp and we get to see like he's still creative and he's still working. Like he's doing things. The only thing that I'm like really number one at the top of my list, I just want to see this offensive line and I want to see the trenches, like the running game. That's like my only worry. Like I think no matter what, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tesla, Sam Laporta, like I think those guys are going to be good no matter what. Obviously, Jared needs protection, but whatever this offensive line, like that's make or break this year. Game one versus this D line, I think you're going to learn a lot right away, and you're just going to have a feeling like yes, they're going to get beat at times, and there's going to be plays that might not look good, and Jared Goff's going to probably knock on wood. He's most likely going to get sacked because of it's a new O line, but I just want to see like glimpses of what Tate Ratledge, Christian Mahogany, Graham looks like. Like I want him to see a couple big runs from Jameer and David Montgomery, because I know Jameer can make those runs. D-Mont is going to be running behind guys, so that's kind of my biggest takeaway at the end of the day is.
I think the O-line is fair. I think the O-line's probably the big one. I think people want to they just want to know what kind of O-line you're getting. You have some players you're certain of, like Panay.
Yeah.
Graham to a certain extent. You kind of know what Graham is. Taylor for the most part. But I think for Mahogany and Tate Ratledge, you just Mahogany don't have a big sample size. So people want to see kind of his development because he's been so good in training camp. People want to see him kind of continue that, which I'm excited. I'm not as worried about Mahogany because I just think training camp, this dude, and this is the thing you have to look at too. This Lions defense is going to be good. So when you get to watch players on offense, and same with like defense, because the offense is going to be pretty good. It's when you get to see players in training camp shine, it's real because of who they're facing. Like Mahogany's had to go up against that interior defensive line, which I don't think anyone would argue it's pretty good. So if Mahogany looks really good in training camp, you have to assume like this guy's in for a big year, which I have already stated. I think he's a breakout player this year. I think Mahogany by the end of the year, you're going to be like, this guy is a Pro Bowl level guard. He's going to be a future Pro Bowler. I'm excited for Mahogany. I think the thing with Tate Ratledge is just because he's a rookie, it's his first game. You're going to get to kind of see how far along he is truly, especially in this type of game at Lambeau, divisional game, his debut. What does he look like? Is he dominant? Is he where he's supposed to be? Do you hear his name called a lot? Hopefully not. But I think the O-line's fair. And I think an angle on that would be the run game, because I think the run game this week is going to be super important because they traded Kenny Clark. And we had Dusty on yesterday, and Dusty kind of went into it. The interior defensive line for the Packers is a big question mark. They don't have a lot of guys that can stop the run. They have two great edges, and they're going to try and probably kick inside for Rashawn Gary, put him inside. But that's an area that John Morton has to understand. They're going to try and exploit that. They're going to be running the football. Like sure. I'm looking at the O-line, I'm looking at the pass protection, but also just Jameer and David. What do they look like? Because last time they played the Packers in Green Bay, those guys were running. They were getting chunks. Like I think, if I remember correctly, that was the game. It was a little wet. So the run game for both teams they were having success. But I remember in that game, David Montgomery and Jameer were hitting like 5-6 yards a clip at some points, man. Like they were running all over the Packers. I think that's something that I don't know if it'll be that, hopefully, but that's with Zeitler and Frank Ragnow and et cetera. But I do see this run game. I do have my eyes on this run game.
I think that should just be the number one thing. I think it's just the O-line and the run game. Because at the end of the day, like if Goff does have protection, because the protection comes with the O-line if they're playing well. But if Goff has protection, you know that he's going to get the ball to his receivers. Like that's going to happen. We saw it in camp, and they did struggle to start the camp. The first practice we went to, there were struggles, and there was the camp where the defense is dominated the whole time, and Goff didn't play well. But towards the end of, by the way, Tyler Conklin. Oh no, Conklin with like a 50-yard reception.
And
then he fumbled it. I was like, oh no. And then they recovered it.
He's so good though, man.
Yeah, dude. Off topic. Everyone was like, Will Dissly. Tyler Conklin's their tight end one. He's had like over like 500 or 600 yards every year, and Will Dissly's had like 300. That's why I was like, why did people say Will Dissly? Like that's Tyler Conklin's tight end one. All right, friend of the show, so we that's biased for sure. But no, like. That the passing game is going to be there. Like they've already got that down. That's something that I don't think that they're really going to have to, what's the word, like shake, maybe a little rust off, but the rust has been shaken off, it felt like in preseason for those guys. It's just more so this O-line, because those guys, like Mahogany hasn't really played a full, how many games did he play? Fully?
He played I think he started in one game.
One. And now you're going on the road to Green Bay. Like it's a big deal. And I think he's going to be good. Like he's going to be just fine. Same with Tate. But it is something like, hey, offensively, what's the number? Got to look at that. That in the run game has to be that.
You know what I think? I'm curious too with like the receiving core is kind of, I want to see two things. One, I do want to kind of see just with the anticipation of JMO, what the dynamic looks like when you look at Amon-Ra, JMO, and Sam. Like who gets a lion's share of the targets? Like I know it'll be Amon-Ra, but I want to see this like Laporta versus JMO thing, because JMO's been excellent all training camp, but Sam Laporta, he missed a little bit of time, but overall, like people are kind of expecting him to get back to his original form. So I want to kind of see, all right, number one wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who's the second guy? Is it Laporta because he's the tight end and Jared feels safe with him and he's the safety blanket? Or is it going to be Jameson Williams starting off with another big game? That's what I want to see. And then the other thing is who's wide receiver 3? It's Khalif Raymond. But how much is that player going to be involved? Because now you don't have Tim Patrick. So I want to see kind of how Khalif's implemented in the game versus Isaac Tesla after being sick all week, essentially. So it'll be a lot of Khalif expectedly. But I want to see that wide receiver 3 spot a little bit, kind of see who's involved, how that works out.
I did put in my notes Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta. I think he has a big.
They don't have
year.
anyone on that Packers team that can cover him. Like
no, I don't think they do. But I just think this year in general, Sam Laporta, I think he's going to be on a year 1 type deal, like a all-pro type tight end. And I think Jared Goff's going to start looking at him a little bit more. And when you talk about Jeff, this all intertwines together. If the O-line doesn't have Frank and there is just a little bit of pressure, who does he always go to? He goes to his safety blankets. One, I think a safety blanket with Amon-Ra, it's there, but I think that one is more so like let the play develop and then let Amon-Ra get open. I think a quick target safety blanket is the tight end. And I think maybe a quicker route, gets open quicker. And I think the Sam Laporta is going to be kind of that type of player for him. And I think on Sunday, Sam Laporta has a good day. I forgot I have legacy players each week.
Yeah, he's.
I'm not saying he's going to be it. I'm not confirming nor denying, but
yeah, but he's healthy. He's healthy.
That's one.
There ain't no one on that team that can cover him, and he's going to be kind of the player that people are sleeping on a little bit. It's been all about J-Mo, all about Amon-Ra and training camp. Like people are not forgetting about Laporta, like they don't respect him or anything, but people are just kind of expect, it's Laporta,
Yeah.
But watch out for Sam Laporta week 1, man. I could see him having a big game too. So the offense, I don't know if cautiously optimistic is the right word, because I'm excited to see the offense, but I just want to see I just want to see Johnny Morton call a game. I'm super excited about that.
I'm interested in the flow of the game with him.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think he's going to be fine. Like I think he's going to call a fine game. I'm just interested to see how he goes about it.
Yeah. Are we talking Johnny Morton deep shots? Like, I want to see.
I think we will. I said the first drive. I think he's going to take a deep shot. How many times in practice did we see their first possession?
They were pushing.
They take them like they almost every time. And like the ones that you see, like J-Mo gets, a lot of those were like first possession ones. Crazy. I really believe it. But I'll say this too, Jeff. Like with the offense, last thing I'll say is if the offense struggles a little bit tomorrow or on Sunday, I don't think it's going to be because of John Morton. It would be just because the offensive line struggles.
Yeah. The offensive line is probably the biggest storyline there. And then when you just talk about the defense for a second here too, because Calvin Shepard has his first game, he's going to be calling plays at, and you're going to find out. Same with John Morton. Go on.
Are you getting nervous?
About the game?
The guest?
No, anxious. Remember?
Not nervous. Yes, anxious.
If you're nervous, you're not prepared. All right, like Calvin
just
said.
a little anxious. That's all.
Yeah, no,
I am. I'm anxious, bro. I'm sorry. What's so funny, dude?
No, this guy. I can't wait. It's gonna be funny as hell. But I listen. I will say that you're gonna find out if
Big guest.
You're gonna get a sense if these guys are the future. It's not gonna be the answer, but you're gonna get a good feel if they're the future. Calvin and Johnny Morton. You're gonna get a good feel. It's a divisional game, and tomorrow you're gonna get to see. Tomorrow, Sunday, 2 days from now.
I keep doing it too.
I know. I keep thinking I'm always a day behind. I did this yesterday. I thought it was Friday yesterday for some reason. You're going to get to see if Calvin Shepard, like what kind of game he calls as well. And for me, like what's a fair expectation for Calvin for me to be like satisfied? I just want to see, I want to see the thing this defense did with Aaron Glenn is blitz a lot, and they didn't allow a lot of big plays. So I think when you're looking at this defense on Sunday, you're like, I just don't want to see big plays given up, because one thing we know about Jordan Love is he's going to test your defense. He's Dusty. What did Dusty say? He's a big game hunter. I think that's what the words he used. He's a big game hunter. Yep. He's going to try and make big plays. He's going to push the ball downfield. They don't have maybe Christian Watson. They don't have maybe Jayden Reed. I saw Micah's questionable, but he'll play. That's just coach, whatever. But Matthew Golden, he's fast. All right. Are they pushing the ball downfield? Are you going to allow big plays? That's on Terran Arnold and DJ Reed as well. But I want to see this defense not give up big plays. I want to see their run defense be just as good as it was last year. And then I want to see guys flying around the field. And I think more specifically, when I just talk about players, I'm excited to see one of those players, Jack Campbell. I want to see Jack.
I knew you
Campbell.
were going to say Jack this whole time, man.
I'm actually, it's not even me. Like, I'm genuinely excited to see Jack Campbell because I don't think he's been getting talked about enough. Like, I think Jack Campbell during training camp, it's like, oh yeah, he got the green dot. And that was kind of the last of like talking about him. Like the story was Terran Arnold, Aiden Hutchinson. I know they mentioned DJ Reed. Like, Jack Campbell, dude, plays football on Sunday. You know, like this is like your first round pick here. Like, I'm fired up to see Jack because he's going to be important in the run game. He's going to be guarding Tucker Kraft at times. So I would add players I'm excited to see. Number one on that list for sure is Captain Jack Campbell.
I think it's clear for everyone. I think it should be the same person for everyone, even you, Jeff. I think it needs to be Terrion Arnold, TA. And hear me out too. I want to see TA. I've already seen TA this year. I want the world to see Terrion Arnold. That's what I want, like the NFL world to see him. Like Terrion in practice, Easy's probably in the chat. You were there, Jeff. We were all there together. I don't want to like overhype it, but his confidence, he looks different. Like he looks like he is like an NFL, I'm not going to say star, but like I would say that. Like the way he walked around and the way he was acting, like his confidence level is like he's a star in the NFL. And then he goes out there and he's produced and he's playing like that. I want the world in the NFL world, and I want TA to have a big day Sunday to show everyone, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And the fact that I am now one of the better corners in the NFL, which I think he will be after the end of this year, that this defense is different because of that. Because we know what Jack's going to be. We know Anzo. We know Hutch. We know DJ Reader. We don't know Tyleek, but we have an idea. Same with Marcus Davenport. If healthy, we know what he can be. We know the safeties. We know DJ Reed. Who's the one player that people just haven't really got to see his peak yet or see what he can be? It's TA. And if TA shows that he can be CB1, that I think the NFL world goes a little bit different in this. And they go, okay, this defense is different. And I'm not just saying that as like, one of those terms where like I'm different. Like, no, like it's actually going to be a different defense if TA is that good.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. If he can be like borderline number one corner, I mean, you have two guys that are essentially number one corners, which changes everything. That's like what the Jets had with, not saying he'll be sauce, but that's like the type of vibe you get. It's like, all right, two guys that can guard number ones. So I'm with you. I think TA's got to be up there. I think another player that I want to see for sure is, and we talked about him yesterday. Like I am fired up to see Tyleek Williams. I want to see I want to see him tomorrow tomorrow. And I keep doing it on Sunday.
Yeah, come on now.
I want to see him on Sunday. I think he's just, especially he's a first round pick. So obviously there's expectations, but
I thought yesterday you brought up a really good point, Jeff. Like the run defense. I think that it's the same thing. I've become obsessed with, I think, the last couple months with the trenches. Just since the Eagles won the championship, a lot of people thought it was their edges or because of their D line. It's like the interior. And I think it's the same thing, offensive interior and defensive interior. And I think that's like with Tyleek, but it's also like stopping the run, especially a guy like Josh Jacobs. Remember last year when we played the Packers, I think it was the second time, me and you had the conversation, or maybe it might have been the Vikings with Aaron Jones, where I had brought up a stat every time they kept any running back under like 70 rushing yards, they were like 10-1 or something. It was like some insane stat. And obviously they only lost 2 games last year, but it went back. I think I went back to the following year. It was just like every time that this Lions team holds a team on or their RB1 under 70 or some absurd number, they win every time. And I think it's like if they could do that again this year with a guy like Tyleek in the middle and DJ Reader, and then Aleem comes back. I don't even know what's going to happen when Aleem comes back. How do they even rotate? What if Tyleek's like great and DJ Reader's playing great? What do you do?
Well, they're going to have a good rotation of
it's going to be great.
Because they still have Mekhi Wingo trending back. Like, we haven't really gotten to see
Mekhi probably go. Oh, well, Dan, did you hear Dan today on Mekhi?
Yeah, apparently he's like
said he looks great.
Yeah, he's way ahead of schedule. And Jason makes a good point, like watching Tyleek put pressure on Love. Like that's one thing if Tyleek can do. I'm not saying the guy's going to be like Quinnen Williams, but if there's some times where you're like, he's in the backfield. He's in the backfield. You're going to be like, okay, maybe the Lions have an absolute stud. Like if he's which dude, he's got some juice to him, man. He does. Yeah. He's got a little bit of juice. Klotz, he was on, he spoke on that a lot when the Lions first got him. is like Klotz actually said verbatim the minute the Lions drafted Tyreek Williams, he said he's a Lee McNeil. Brad had his presser like 5 minutes later, said he's a Lee McNeil. Like, so I give Klotz
the only thing that, again, I think the big thing, and I got Klotz went at me for this, but I think it's true. Like, and I don't think Klotz should have gone at me for it. It's the pass rush. Like, yes, can he do it? Yes. Is that his thing? No. So if he could show that in the NFL, and he could show that he can get after a quarterback as well and put pressure on, I think you have an all around player, and like you have a player that potentially with his size, athleticism, everything he has, it's a Pro Bowl. That's a Pro Bowl defensive tackle at some point in his career. I'm not saying that he will be, but you have that ceiling at that point if you can also get pressure on the quarterback, which is something that you still want. He did it at Ohio State, but he wasn't like. He was a run stopper, man. Go watch his highlights, dude. He was
dominant at Ohio State, but that's where I think Kelvin brought it up too. Like, he was dominant there, but you understand that it is a different level. Like, you're dominating offensive linemen in college. Now you're going to the NFL where all these guys are the best of the best
in the world.
Like yeah. So it's a little different. So I don't think he's going to dominate them right away, but he's got all the tools to do it. And that's where I think, and you mentioned getting pressure, like all Lions fans are going to have their eyes on Marcus Davenport on Sunday. Like, they are, man. He's going to be under a microscope on Sunday. Like, now it's even more Marcus Davenport. Not saying the guy's going to have like 2 sacks, but all I ask is just, please, I don't want him to go down. We need him to just walk out of that game healthy. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for any type of performance or expectations. Just don't go down, Marcus. That's all.
Yeah. That's just week by, you know what? It's just one of those things that's week by week. Let's get through it, Marcus. Like,
just want him healthy. I care about you, Marcus.
Corey talked to him today. I wasn't able yet to
talk to him today.
He said he talked to Marcus Davenport one-on-one today. I don't know. It was before the news came out, but I did see Corey. Yeah, I saw Corey tweet it out and say I had a conversation with Marcus Davenport one-on-one. I haven't been able to get around to listen or read about it. I will do that this weekend. I don't know if it's out quite yet, though.
Easy. Can we talk about how the doc quoted Dan Campbell out of context and pissed off Za'Darius?
Easy. I've been saying I actually said easy. I said the doc is indefinitely suspended on Crunch Time Sports right now. He is indefinitely suspended. We had the doc on the day he did it, and he was like, I didn't misquote him. He was like, I said it how it is.
He said,
I was like, come on, man.
He was like, I know I love the doc. But that means like the doc. No, and I know Easy said, I'm not
people
even
listen.
He said, I'm not even joking.
Me either, Easy. I brought it up to the doc Wednesday, and I said, we literally talked about it earlier in the show today. I said, literally, the timeline was that Dan said a full sentence, and Doc took 2 words out of it, put it out there. Cash Doll goes, we're good. And then he signs with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, there's a side of it where it's like good for Doc. He has that pull, which SI, yes, Doc does. And he's probably listening right now. So like people listen and people will take it seriously, even players. But also not shout out to the Doc, because there is part of me that actually thinks that the Doc is a reason Za'Darius Smith is right now a Philadelphia Eagle. And I do believe.
I'm gonna text. We'll text our group chat and tell him.
I do actually believe that. That's not a joke.
I'm gonna text our group chat with him and tell him, be like, Doc, you care to comment? People are saying you're at fault. See what he says, and I'll go to quote from the Doc. That's because he's so funny, man. I love that man, dude. He joined the show and he opened it up and he said, as soon as he joined, he's like, I said what was reported. It's what he said. That is actually what he said. It's so shout out to the Doc. And here, I'll text him right now. I'll say the people are saying it's your fault, Doc. I'll get a quote on there. I need your comment. All right, we'll get the Doc's response to that. To the shout out to the DOC. He'll respond back. He always does. He was talking.
He's watching, I'm sure, right now as we speak.
He was talking shit about the fantasy league too.
Oh,
so
he's
always John.
But I'm with Easy though, and it's for sure. The Doc has 60% to do with Za'Darius leaving, and that's a big
Really?
percentage.
Is that where we're at?
Jeff, do you think, dead serious, if there were still negotiations going on, if Za'Darius didn't see if Za'Darius didn't see the we're good, the we're good quote, you don't think that changed his mind a little bit? And then within a couple hours, Cashdoll tweeted that out or posted that? Dude, 100%.
He just responded. He says, haha, yes, I admit when Cashdoll called me, I advised her to take the most money. We're good.
How do you be mad at this guy? He is.
Oh, this dude.
Hey, at least we know we know Cashdoll follows Doc.
Yeah,
you can't be mad at him for those comments, dude. He's so good.
When Cashdoll called me, I told her to take the most money. That's fair. I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Before we welcome in our special guest, I need to tell you about a proud sponsor of the program, which you guys should be using because the games are on. I know you guys do fantasy sports, which is obviously very, very important. And if you're using fantasy sports and you're not using Sleeper, I don't know what you're doing. And they are a proud sponsor of Crunch Time Sports. So allow me to tell you about Sleeper. And not only Sleeper Fantasy, but something that you guys should be doing actively, and that is Sleeper Picks, because it's a real money product that connects friends over picks. All you got to do is you choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across sports. You just pick more or less than the predicted stats on Sleeper, and you can get up to 1,000x payouts. You share with your friends, get rewarded together. They had over 6 million active users in 2023, and it's only growing while earning some of the highest levels of engagement per user in the industry. At Sleeper, it's not just about sports, it's about building personal connections and lasting memories. So please use the code CT Sports, get a $100 deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the description. You can use that code CT Sports. But we will get back to the show because we have a very, very special guest. All right. And this is someone that we've been this is our Za'Darius Smith at the deadline-esque move. Like this is what we call
this. We Howie Roseman type deal.
This is a Howie Roseman-esque move. So we don't use this for everybody, but we use it for one very important person on the network. We gotta welcome the man.
I'm so thrilled.
The myth, the absolute fucking legend.
Come on, man.
Little Sam, what's up?
Hey. Yes, put him in the middle. Get that man in the middle.
Flannel, how we doing?
It is so good to see you guys. It feels like just criminal that I haven't been able to work with you guys in so long. And it's a great night. No matter what else happens this weekend or what happens even in the Lions game, this is a great day. This is a great weekend.
I feel like right now I'm living in what's the saying, like a fever dream. I'm like, there is no way right now Flannel is just on the other side right now talking to us. Like oh man, I've been waiting for this we've been waiting for like almost 2 years now to have talk ball with Flannel again.
No, and here's the thing, if you don't mind me getting on my soapbox for just a second.
Here we go. Let's go, Flannel.
Want the listeners to understand is that even when Crunch Time was made and some of us stayed at Woodward, some of us stayed for a while and now gone, some of us are still there, we're all still best friends. We would have been on each other's shows pretty much a week after Crunch Time started if it were a thing. So I'm just... I'm happy that I've gotten the opportunity to do this. Always grateful to Woodward. Love what they do. Love the people. Have no bitterness whatsoever. But it feels so good to be with you guys tonight.
Let's go, Flannel.
The people have spoken. The people are absolutely fired up. And you know what? We are as well. I can't wait. There's a lot of things. I feel like there's so much shit that I have to pick your brain on. I guess the big one that I do want to get your opinion on is kind of what transpired today, like most recently. I mean, Za'Darius Smith. What's kind of been your thoughts on this whole Za'Darius thing, Sam? And now he's with the Philadelphia Eagles and some Lions fans. Apparently the guy can't play football anymore, Flannel. That's what I was. He can't play. He stinks. And then there's a group of Lions fans, including me and Boone, that are kind of like, hey, the guy can play football. And all he got was a 1-year, $9 million deal. Maybe Brad Holmes fumbled this one. Where are you at with Za'Darius to the Eagles? What does this mean?
I hate it. I'll just be quite frank, I hate it. And the people who are saying, because there are those people, we know them, who now, when it seemed more apparent that there was a chance that the Lions were not going to get Za'Darius Smith, it turns into the guy stinks, the guy could never play. Some of the Lions fans' copium has been so nauseating and so disgusting, it makes me want to vomit. It makes me angry that some of these people are going to be happy this fall, because I do believe the Lions are going to win the division. I have them going 11-6, even with them not getting Za'Darius Smith. They're still an incredibly talented team and an incredibly well-coached team. I still think they're the best team in the division, even though I think every team got better in some way. But yeah, I absolutely hate this Za'Darius Smith thing. I think they're relying too much on Marcus Davenport and Al-Qadim Muhammad. And I'm not saying that those guys can't necessarily work, or that Al-Qadim Muhammad didn't play some good football for the Lions, or that Marcus Davenport hasn't been good at times in his career. Look at his 2021 season. He was phenomenal. He still missed some games, but he had 9 sacks in 11 games. But when you look at those two guys, I'll start with Marcus Davenport. His last 3 seasons have been in a mitigated disaster. Last two, he's played 6 out of a possible 34 games. And then his healthy season in 2022, he had half a sack in 15 games. That's awful, objectively. And I'm not saying if he wouldn't, he might have still had a good year if he would have been healthy last year, but who gives a shit? He hasn't been healthy for the last couple. Now, Al-Qadim Muhammad, same. 2021 was the best year of his career, at least when it comes to production. He had 6 sacks. And if you told me this season that Al-Qadim Muhammad would have 6 sacks, I would be absolutely thrilled. I think that would qualify as Al-Qadim Muhammad doing his job and then some. However, the last 2 seasons, even though he had a pretty nice stretch with the Lions to end the year, 2023, he was on the practice squad, and then he got a performance-enhancing drug suspension. He didn't play. And for a lot of the season, the whole season, quite frankly, with the suspension, he was not deemed worthy of being on an NFL roster. And then last year, if the Lions wouldn't have gotten so decimated by injuries, Al-Qadim Muhammad probably wouldn't have even played. He signed with the Lions practice squad in October. And if you look at Za'Darius Smith the last 3 seasons, he has been one of the more underrated productive defensive ends in all of football. 201 pressures, 24.5 sacks, 61 quarterback hits. And he's been on the field for damn near every game after his bad season-ending injury in 2021. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of track record that says that not retaining Za'Darius and relying too much on these guys, Muhammad and Davenport, it could blow up in their face. If you want my honest opinion, I think one of Muhammad or Davenport will work. I do.
I hope so. Yeah. It has to, actually.
5 sacks minimum. Yeah, I think one will work and one won't. And that's not hating. It's just
who would you rather work out? Marcus Davenport,
because I think he's a better football player. I do think if he didn't get hurt last season, he would have been a productive player. But with Davenport, 6 out of the last 34 games he's played, 28 missed, 6 played.
Crazy.
6.
And they Brad's like, hey, we love him. He's best shape of his life. They said the same thing last year.
Yeah,
the exact same thing.
That's what I was told. Yeah, that's what I was told too.
I hope it works. And no, for those people, I'm not preying on Marcus Davenport's downfall. You're allowed to look at trends and think and just process your opinions by that. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. I hope that, Josh Pascal comes back and is healthy, but we've seen this song and dance a time or two. Of course, hope Tyleik Williams has a great rookie year. I hope that DJ Reader basically is what he was last year, especially health-wise. I hope that Aleem McNeil comes back in the, maybe November or so. And if all that happens, and of course, one of Davenport or Muhammad working, I think the Lions could have a pretty good defensive line, but that's a lot of ifs. I think Za'Darius would have just been that guy that can play. And I understand he could fall off a cliff this year. This might be his cliff. Shout out Max Kellerman, but I just don't see it. He's only 33.
Flannel, I don't know. I don't want to break this news to you,
Yeah.
But it's either the Chargers defense is really, really good, or Mahomes and the Chiefs are bad this year. I don't know. Maybe they look so bad.
I know, 1 quarter and a half of football and they're cooked.
They might be
they
done.
were cooked last year, right? When they made the Super Bowl.
Done. It might be over.
That's what it is every year.
Did you know that in 2023 the Lions beat them? So therefore the Lombardi gets taken to Allen Park. I'm sorry, like the copium from Lions
Dynasty was ended then.
The copium from Lions fans this offseason has been nauseating. It's not everyone. Like, you guys have been great, but a lot of copium. So I'm had a lot to say today. I'll just say that. I'll be fine and more calm and more agreeable as the season goes on.
You've been off air for a little while, so you must have like just so many takes and things that you have to I just got to get off my chest right now.
Well, Flannel, have you had an opportunity to? I need you. This is what I'm looking for, because this is what I'm looking for. Jameson Williams has been the storyline of training camp. Where are you at? Where are you at with J-Mo? What's your relationship with J-Mo now, Flan? I need to check in. What's going on?
Well, I did a jersey bet this last football season. I said if he gets 1,000 yards, I'd buy a jersey and wear it on the next show I was on. And I did, and I paid up. And for that, I'm satisfied. I'm not going to say a bunch of crap about J-Mo. However, let me just say this. I think he's going to have a productive year this year, but the people acting like he's already a superstar and has been a massive success for the Lions, he had 1,001 yards. 1,001. Not 1,400, not 1,500. He wasn't all pro. He had 1,001. The previous 2 years and however many games combined, he had 395. He's good. He's good.
What's your prediction this year?
One of the most dynamic players in football. My prediction?
Yeah.
I would say in terms of yards from scrimmage, 1,300.
Oh,
1,300
total?
Total?
He's going to have a very productive year.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
1,300 total.
I do think there is a world, like, I think Flannel, I'm with you. Like, I think he is a very good player, and he's one of the most dynamic and I would say like biggest playmakers in the NFL because of his speed, what he could do. I do, and I think Jeff's brought this point up before. Like, you do want to see back-to-back years at that production before, you've only got to see it once so far. You want to be able to see it more often than not, because the first couple of years you didn't really see any of it. You just saw it in like spurts. You want to see the consistency.
Oh, you didn't? I was told he was great his second year, that he was phenomenal. His 354 receiving yards. And that he was the best player on the field in the NFC Championship game. That he's actually the playoff performer, even though Amon-Ra St. Brown averages 100 yards, more than 100 yards per playoff game. And Jameson Williams, besides for his 2 end-arounds, which were awesome, has less than 100 receiving yards in 4 career playoff games and didn't do jack dick in their 2 playoff wins. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to hate on J-Mo too much. I'm just saying that what I've said in the past is not baseless, whether you guys like it or not. It's not.
Yeah, well, I would have loved to hear Flannel too, and me and Boone, when me and you were like having the discussion and we were talking to fans about who would be wide receiver 1 this year. I just want to know. I would like, there was an actual thing this year, Flannel, like, and I know you've seen it.
Ridiculous
with who's going to be wide receiver 1, J-Mo or Amon-Ra. Obviously,
people said J-Mo.
Yeah, people actually said J-Mo. Which
people are in love with him.
Yeah, it's Amon-Ra, dude. Amon-Ra, Flannel. We were at camp. Like, Amon-Ra's so good. It's like he's like he looks better this year. It's crazy too, because you would think like 2-time first team all pro, back-to-back years, 1,500, 1,300, whatever it is. You would be like, he's probably just going to be the same player. He's better. He just keeps getting better. And then he's proven it. He's done it every year of his career too. It's not like he's had an off year. He has done it every year. J-Mo, you've seen it one time. And yes, J-Mo's probably more explosive and a bigger playmaker. Amon-Ra is more consistent, and mentally, he's locked in. He catches everything. Like, J-Mo's dropping passes this year in training camp. And it's like, you're in year 3, year 4.
Yeah, year 4. Yep.
Dropping passes in training camp.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Jameson Williams is going to be bad. I think he's going to have a very dynamic season. And hopefully he doesn't get suspended for any nonsense as well. I just had to throw that in there. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully he stays healthy. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, better for him, looks like him being definitively 3rd best wide receiver in the NFL.
I think he is
right now. you put him.
CD drops
You
passes.
could say that. I think right now you could put him in a conversation with AJ Brown and CD Lamb and whatnot. But if Amon-Ra St. Brown actually takes it to another level, he's definitively the third best receiver in the NFL. But he's not wide receiver 1. Okay.
After last night, he's not wide receiver 1. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are clear. But after last night, after the AJ Brown one catch and CD Lamb dropping like 6 passes to win the game, I'm going Amon-Ra.
Yeah. I mean,
that's if you want to put him at 3 already, that's an argument that I'm not going to have because it's based in reality. I think you can make a case for Amon-Ra St. Brown being wide receiver 3 in the NFL right now.
Flannel, can I ask you a question? I'm interested because I haven't really heard your thought process because obviously week 1 Sunday, but I don't know how you think the Lions are going to finish. The one thing that people keep saying the Lions aren't going to make the playoffs or struggle is because the coordinators. Are you confident in Kelvin Shepherd and John Morton? Where you at with that?
I am more. I think when it comes to the offense, that this is just such a talented, dynamic offense that John Morton is being handed the keys to a Ferrari. And to be fair, he has had experience with the Jets, which he didn't have a lot of talent, but he actually got a pretty decent amount out of the Josh McCown led offenses. But here's another bone to pick that I have with a lot of people. And Jeff, I know you're going to be on my side with this. It's obviously fuck Ben Johnson because he's with the Chicago Bears. Although I don't begrudge him for taking a 1 out of 32 NFL head coaching jobs. But again, he could never coach. He threw the game. It was all Dan Campbell. Ben Johnson was a bum. And for the record, I didn't agree with the Jameson Williams pass play. I thought it was a dumb decision, a dumb play call, and I said as much on the next show that I was on. But now it's like people were saying that Ben Johnson was too cute sometimes. The way that people were blowing their wads over the stumble bum. Jared Goff caught a touchdown pass. Remember when Jared Goff caught a touchdown pass? He had a receiving touchdown, and some of the best receivers didn't have one yet because it was early in the season. Jared Goff's a better wide receiver than such and such. So I'm not saying that that I am opining over Ben Johnson and I want him back or anything like that. It's just that we can all be adults and say Ben Johnson leaving to get a head coaching job with the Bears, which sucks and I hate. It's going to be an adjustment. They should be fine with John Morton. And that's it. That's all. Just too much copium. The Lions are too good of a team and too good of an organization to be coping so much and just putting Micah Parsons is a bum. Za'Darius Smith is a bum. Ben Johnson's a bum. Frank Ragnow was going to suck this year anyway. I've heard it and I've heard it and I've heard it. And I just wish we could all be adults. That's all I'm saying. We could all just be adults.
I agree, Flannel.
And just take things as they come. I appreciate that.
I just think some people they don't want to see it how it is because they want to see it in the lens of the Honolulu Blue, which I have at points in my life done that, drinking the Kool-Aid, which hopefully Sunday I get to drink it. I would love to do that. But there are times like today with the Za'Darius stuff, dude, I've been so far, and you know this, Flannel, I've been a Lions slappy, and I all the time, and Jeff knows because we do a show together every day, and there are times I lean towards the Lions, but when it's realistic and you have to be honest about some things, you can't be blinded by it. And the Za'Darius stuff, that's a swing and a miss from Brad. And like I said earlier in the show, I have 60 comments on my tweet of my video that I did of people, just 60 people being you're an idiot. We don't need Za'Darius. We never wanted him anyways. You're an idiot. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're just you're a follower. That's what they are. You're a follower. You don't know how to have your own opinion. That's how I feel about some of those people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And if you go back and watch some of my shows, you will also see that when Za'Darius Smith was first released, way back in the summer, I was very unhappy about it. And I said as much. But I kept hearing that, they're just going to bring him back. There's a deal already done. Yeah. They're just going to, it's Brad being Brad. He's just going to weasel him in for a 1-year, $5 million deal or something. And my my point was always, I'm not so sure about that. And that if I were GM Flannel, I don't care that his contract was, in some people's opinion, a little bit too expensive and there was an issue with the dead cap and whatnot. I would have just kept him on the team and kept it going. And who knows? Hopefully Za'Darius Smith goes to Philadelphia and flames out, but I don't see it happening.
Let me just give you an example real quick.
It's a team that when you
we just posted a video of me in the show earlier saying two things could be true. Brad Holmes can miss on Za'Darius and still be one of the best GMs in the NFL, which both things can be true. First comment, missing on Z is not as big of a deal as people make it out to be. Next one, I don't know why it's a big miss. Z never showed up against the Commanders. Next comment, to be honest, I think they're going to be fine. I trust Brad and Dan. If we say they're good, we're good. Like that's what we deal with. But I bet you those same people who commented that stuff a week ago were like, we want Za'Darius. We want Za'Darius. It's the worst. And this video, people are going to blow me up and make me look like I'm like a jackass out here, like going at Brad Holmes, when I'm the one that stands up for Brad Holmes the most and Dan Campbell. I'm the biggest supporter of those guys. And I make one you know what I mean? You make one comment about it, and it's like the end of the world. It's like, why is this guy against on the other side of Brad Holmes? He's still one of the best GMs in the NFL. He swung and missed. Like, I'm sorry. That was... had to get going there. I literally just got an alert about it.
You're good. And I think we're seeing it. And this is kind of the way that Detroit is. And I say this as a transplant. And it's been something that has made me have an adversarial relationship with some of my coworkers and some of the people probably listening right now, is that I've learned, as somebody who didn't move to Detroit fully until 2018, if you are with Detroit, you're golden. If you leave for any reason, you are a bum anyway. If you're an opponent of a team that could have some say about the NFC North, i.e. Micah Parsons, you are a bum. If he comes to Detroit, we're winning the effing Super Bowl. There's no consistency. It's heads, I win, tails, you lose.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you want me to go behind the curtain, I do not miss that about doing this every single day, dealing with some of the psychopaths in the chat. Some of you I love, some of you I don't miss at all. I still don't like some of you. Some, and you know who you are.
Say some names, Flannel. Let me get one.
Some of you are great.
Hey, Flannel. The funny thing is, you say that's so true. I think the first time I got to really experience that is when Matthew Stafford was traded. The minute he left, he was a bum. The minute he left, he was a bum, and the Lions didn't need him, and he stinks. So I think I understand where you're coming from with that. Actually, can I get your thoughts on Micah Parsons of the Packers? What do you think about the Packers right now? Because apparently Micah Parsons isn't that good. That's what I remember. Shout out Neil Rule. I think Neil said something like Micah Parsons is just an average pass rusher. Yeah. Shout out Neil. But what'd you think of the move, and what does it mean for the Packers in your mind?
In my opinion, I'm higher on Micah Parsons than some, and you're not allowed to like him because he's a Cowboy and now he's a Packer. But to me, when you just look at his career so far, first two seasons, both of them, even his rookie year, he was second in the NFL Defensive Player of the Year voting. His third season, he was third. Last year, which was cut short by injury, he had 12 sacks in 13 games, which actually was his highest per game sack average in his career. He's one of the best players in football. He's one of the best defensive players in football. I think he's a top 5 edge rusher. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 people I'd rather have just to go kill the quarterback than Micah Parsons. And the Packers got better. Do I think that it's going to put them above the Lions in the standings ultimately? I do not. As I said at the beginning of the show, even though I'm a hater, I have the Lions winning this division. I have them winning 11 games. But the Packers are more formidable. I have them now as the clear-cut second team in the division over the Vikings, over the Bears. Micah Parsons is one of the best football players on earth, one of the best defensive football players who currently walks earth right now. And the Packers got him. It is what it is. It stinks, and it's okay to admit.
Who's a better player? Micah Parsons or Aiden Hutchinson?
Oh, wait. Is he,
Sorry, you're going to have to repeat that. You kind of got out.
All right, there you go.
Who's the better defensive player? Micah Parsons or Aiden Hutchinson?
Right now, God. I think Aiden's going to have a better year. But
he's a better
Micah
player?
Parsons has had.
Oh, he's in a blender right now.
Yes, there we go.
No, because
I like that.
No, it's because Micah Parsons has objectively had one of the best 4-year starts to a career any edge rusher has ever had. So I don't want to disrespect that and act like, somebody in Aiden Hutchinson, who a lot of what his lore is in terms of potential. Obviously, last year was just heartbreaking with the way his season was cut short. But I'm not mad at you if you pick either. I know Lions fans, it's like it's Aiden Hutchinson and it's not even close, but I think it's a very, very close argument. Very, very close. I'd rather have Aiden, but I hate that the Packers have Micah. Hate it, hate it, hate it.
Can we talk real quick? Because I know we have about 6 minutes left, Flannel. Can we talk about Michigan football? One, I want to know how you felt about Bryce Underwood in last week. I want to get that thought process. By the way, let's ignore the Doc's comment in there. I went at him, and I actually dominated the Doc when we had a conversation about the cheating scandal. But I want to know your thoughts on Bryce Underwood in week 1, how you felt the team looked as a whole as well, but then also this matchup versus Oklahoma tomorrow, because it's a massive matchup, and hopefully they get the job done. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of what Bryce can do. I'm hoping at least kind of the run game and all of that. What are your thoughts on this Michigan? And also too, Devin the Dog, you want to put that back up there?
Yep.
$2. Shout out Devin too, man. He's an absolute legend. Does great work. Does great work. He said Sam's still honoring the vet, Ride the Green, my man. Love that, Flannel.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Michigan though? In last week and this week as well.
Bryce Underwood, I understand it was against. Yeah. I think even though it was New Mexico, Bryce Underwood showed exactly what we all wanted to see. He made some damn good throws, including that one touch pass deep in their own territory. I believe it was to Marlon Klein. It was a thing of beauty. I thought Bryce Underwood was as advertised and then some, because you also have to take into account, even though it's New Mexico, true freshman jitters. I didn't see that from Bryce Underwood. And to me, he was the highlight of the day. Obviously, Justice Haynes, Alabama transfer, looked good. The defense, I would have liked to see more pressure from the front four. I'm hoping that that's something that they can get more of against Oklahoma, because if they don't, I think they'll lose to Oklahoma. I think there's a chance they do go to Oklahoma and lose, and that it's fine. I think it all rests on the shoulders of Bryce Underwood and how well he is going to be able to handle in his second career start as a true freshman an environment like Norman, Oklahoma. Because say what you want, Oklahoma is obviously not what they once were under Lincoln Riley and Bob Stoops with Brett Venables, but it's still a formidable environment to go into. And that's a team, too, that has expectations of potentially, I don't know about sneaking into the playoffs, but being a team that has something to say about it down the stretch. I mean, they're ranked. They got themselves a transfer QB that they're really excited about. We'll see. This is going to be a big game for Bryce Underwood, but if he has some struggles, I'm not going to panic.
Yeah, he remember, did you see him? He gave his own performance a C+. He said C+ for Bryce Underwood. So that could be better.
Well, he has high expectations for himself. I'm looking at it from the lens of being a true freshman.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's a C+ is wild. He was excellent. He was excellent. Yeah. No, I mean, because the track record of true freshmen just coming in and dominating, at least in terms of recent history, it's Trevor Lawrence and nobody else. There's some growing pains. And I think that Bryce Underwood, when he's done at Michigan will win a national championship. But I also don't think it's going to be just a smooth road every week this week. And I think this Oklahoma game is the perfect time for him to maybe have some slip-ups. But that doesn't mean that Michigan can't win. It just means that
it's a big test for Bryce Underwood, a big early test.
You think this year national championship?
No, I don't. I think that they make the playoffs at like 9-3, 10-2. No, and that's fine. When you get a quarterback like Bryce Underwood, who you have for 3 years, barring like a transfer, it's not about this year. It's about the next 2. It's about him, obviously doing what he does this year, which I think he'll have a good freshman season, and then taking that sophomore leap. And then by the 3rd season, him being the best college quarterback in America. And I don't think that's
like that.
I don't think that's asking too much.
No, I think even
one of the most hyped quarterback prospects.
Yeah, I think next year that he has a chance. I think let his freshman year go through, and then I think next year there's a chance that he can go out there and win a national championship. Honestly, I do think year 2 he's going to have an opportunity.
Well,
yeah, and that's where Sharon Moore is going to have to. You go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Flannel, you can finish your statement. After you're done, give me your score predictions for Lions Packers, because you're not leaving without that. But continue what you were saying, and then give me your final score predictions. I do want to hear that.
Fair. No, I was just going to say this is where Sharon Moore is it's going to be big, getting in the transfer portal, getting some veteran players to help supplement a growing Bryce Underwood, obviously keeping it up on the recruiting trail. It's going to be big. And I think Sharon Moore has shown that he's up to the task, at least to this point. And hopefully he shows that he's up to the task as a head coach, because I think it's safe to say we still don't know quite yet.
Yep.
Let me hear it, Flannel.
But Lions Packers. I am going to go Lions 27, Packers 24. Close
there we
game.
go. We got a
Jake
Lions
Bates walks it off.
Wow. That's a big
Jake
one.
Bates walks it off in Lambeau. Flannel, hell of a debut from you, Flannel. You brought it today. You were exactly everything we were expecting today. So, and by the way, Sam will be weekly, is on Fridays, Flannel Fridays. He's helping us preview games, recap games, talk everything related to, Michigan football, Detroit sports in general. He's very versatile. That's why we love him. So, Flannel, you can follow Flannel at Flannel _Sam, of course, and show him some love there. But yes, Flannel will be joining the fellas every Friday. Sam, we appreciate the hell out of you. Good job today. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much. Great to talk to you guys again.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Love you, brother.
Mr. Flannel. Shout out to Flannel. Sam, joining the program with the fellas.
Absolute legend.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
He's the best, man. Flannel Fridays, man. He's joining the show on Fridays, talking some ball.
Now he's got the second half of this Chiefs game to worry about now, because the Chiefs are down 13-3 with 17 seconds left of the first half.
I mean, now it's just we got another one now. I mean, we got back to back. Crunch time. The crew. I love this team here. We got a hell of a team. We got the man. Caleb.
There we go. Hey, we're back. Year 2, Caleb. Pick 'em.
We're back. We're back.
Pick
I'll say
'em.
this. I'll say this to start. What a tough act to follow, because Flannel is the absolute man. I'm so happy he's in front of a mic again. Unbelievable. But pick 'em. Chat. We know I had one pretty fucking terrible year last year. Let's not
You were dead last, which I don't know if you did a punishment. You're supposed to, but
that's not up to me. That's not up to me. I
already said what the punishment was, and everyone said no to it.
I think the problem is we came up with that punishment midway through the year.
Yeah, but we knew, but there's going to be a punishment on the show. It's content.
How about right now we say there's a punishment?
Well, no, I think there should be
because you're going to do a punishment tailored to me.
No, I already had my punishment from the jump. You knew what it was. It was the 24 hours in the McDonald's. Eat your way out. That was it.
Well, that's tailored to me. I mean,
it was going to be Klotz too. It was going to be Klotz.
Okay. We should do this. We should make a punishment now, and we got to do it.
I think it should just be
eating. Do we
something eating, just so it's not like we don't. I'm not getting a tattoo for this.
No.
Yeah, we'll do something eating. Maybe it is with McDonald's. You just have to eat your way out. We'll do one of those things. I think let's just do that.
Sure. I'm down. I'm not going to say no.
But the only problem is it's a punishment for the whole crew too, because we're going to have to you guys are going to have to rotate. One person's going to have to be in there filming the whole time too. Yeah. So, but that's fine though. It's the punishment because the person's got to eat the food, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I do want real quick. I hate to do this. normally wouldn't do this. I just would like you guys to address me today as champ, please.
Okay, but can I say something?
I want to say, okay, champ. You guys just hear it?
No, we're not. No.
Come on, just one time. I want each of you to say it once.
You are the champion.
You are the champion, but
Okay, that's all I wanted. Maybe I should have said champion and not champ, but that's all I wanted. Got it. Thanks. Just wanted to know that 2025 Crunch Time Sports Pick'em champion.
Who was second?
Put it in the rafters.
I think it was Gentry.
Yeah, I think it was Gentry. I think
you were catching up though.
I think he was in second, and then Gentry passed him the last 2 weeks.
But
Jeff wasn't second.
No. Gentry wasn't in set. He was in second based on the the win-loss record because he was here for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, actually I remember that.
I was here every single week, so I'm second. All right, sorry, Gentry. No, get out of here. Love you, Gentry, though. All right, we can do pick 'em. All right, I think Gentry had like 4 weeks under his belt, and I think he had like 2 good weeks, and he was had the high percentage of the high win percentage.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Caleb, just based off of since it's week 1, and last year it was who was in which went first, last, whatever. You will be picking first every game. Jeff will be picking second, and I will be picking third.
Sounds good. Wait,
you should go first because you're champ.
No, do you not listen, man? Do you remember last year? It was whoever was in last place had to go first. It was the opposite always.
No,
that's how we did it.
It's an advantage to go last because then you
So if I was in first place, I get the advantage because I won.
No. First place went first because then you couldn't hear everybody else's picks, so you could just tie with everybody else and stay where you're at.
You're not getting away with that.
But you guys see what I'm saying?
Jeff, did you see that smile? He knows what he's doing. Did you see that little smirk?
I know. Do you guys see what I'm saying though? There's no records right now, so I don't have to catch up to anyone. There's no records right now. I'm just saying I won last year. So technically I should be the one that gets to pick where I get to go because I won last year. Unless you want to spin a wheel, but that's not fair.
It's like if you win, you go first because you have an advantage.
That was last year because there was records because I was already in the lead. It's 0-0. It's 0-0.
Let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel.
You're champ until it doesn't apply to you anymore.
Yeah, let's spin the wheel then.
I'm the champ until there's a new champion. But what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it's the only reason we did it that way last year was because I was in the lead and I could have, like you said, I could have just picked to stay in the lead. But this year it's 0-0, so we got to do it. I won last year. I'm choosing to go last. Next week, if I'm in last,
makes up rules on the fly.
I mean that's pretty self-explanatory.
Makes up rules on the fly.
We could do golf rules. It's your tee box. You can go.
To be fair, this is. To be fair, and I don't want to pull this card. This might be my pick'em segment, so I get to choose.
What does that mean? Your pick'em segment?
I created the segment.
Okay, you see how he's making up rules as we go.
I mean,
exactly.
Look,
I've made every rule.
I've
made every rule. All right, I apologize. You know what? This is just rude of me. I'll go third.
This guy's like, I mean, what are we doing?
All right.
This is
I'll
ridiculous.
go first. I'm cool with that. And then after week 1, we'll
we'll
whoever's in first will go first.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't trying to actually make that big of a deal about it.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to
go. All right, can we hit a thing?
Can we get some tunes in here?
That's what I'm saying, Jeff. Hey, DJ, spin that thing.
Can we hit a thing? He said.
Spin that thing.
Let me see. All right, Boone, break it down.
First game of the night or of the week. Kind of an ugly game. The New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are 6.5-point favorites. By the way, just saying these words that there is football and that we are talking pick 'em for the NFL right now absolutely fires me up. Like, it is one of the greatest things. I cannot believe we're actually it's the first week of September. I cannot believe it. It's unbelievable. And I want to say this as well. Next week I am out for pick 'em too, boys. I just want to let you know that. It is my birthday next Friday. I have a wedding. And it's in Traverse City. I cannot miss. So
it's fair.
I will give, but I just want to throw that out there. But
spread. By the way, it is spread again.
Yes, Jeff. I forgot last year you learned what a spread was.
No, I didn't. Shut up. Shut up. All right, go on.
No, Giants at Commanders. Commanders 6.5-point favorites. What are you guys rolling with?
Look, this year I'm going to take a totally different approach to pick 'em. Last year was a lot of X's and O's. This year it's based off trends and vibes. And my vibe here is I'm taking the the home favorite. I'm taking Washington minus 6.5. All I hear about is the Giants. Oh, this defensive line, blah, blah, blah. I think Jane Daniels is that good. I think he's going to be in the running for MVP, and I think he's going to make a case for it in week 1. I'm going Commanders minus 6.5.
Wow. Jeff, I love how he switched it up. He's like, I'm no longer going to use my brain. I'm just going
Well, I
off
can't do it. I
odds.
came in last year, so I got to change something.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. And I want to say congrats to you too, Caleb.
Thank you.
You used your brain on the Bill Belichick thing, and I said you're always wrong. You were right.
Yep, that was a shit fest. But I am going to bet on them this weekend minus 13.5 against Charlotte. So
Charlotte's not bad.
You know what I think?
What?
Something's telling me to take the Giants on the points. Something's telling me to take the Giants. Give me, you know what? I can see this week 1, and your touchdown favorite, I get it. It's the Commanders. I think the Commanders win this game, but I think the Giants are going to be gritty in this game. I think they're going to be in this game, man. I could see the Commanders winning by. In this game, I think it's going to be a nasty game. Maybe max 6 points. Give me, and Malik Neighbors is actually, I just checked because I think I have him in fantasy. He's dealing with a little bit of injury, but I think he'll play. Give me the G-men to cover. Give me the G-men to cover that 6.5. But the Commanders win.
You know what? I hate to do it. As the former champ, as the reigning champ, Jeff is dead wrong. Give me the Commanders minus 6.5. Jaden Daniels, Debo Samuel, Terry McLaurin. We don't know who their running back is, but I love Austin Eckler. That offensive line. Give me Dan Quinn week 1 versus the Giants. Give it to me. That's what I want. So I'm taking. And by the way, I'm going to say this too, Caleb. Something about this week in favorites. I don't know what it is.
And favorites?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but all the favorites look beautiful to me. Steelers minus 2.5 on the road versus the New York Jets. Justin Fields, Aaron Glenn, Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers. It's like a whole. It's the homecoming for Aaron Rodgers. He's going back to New York. First game back. In first game with Pittsburgh, he's going to be in New York versus the Jets. But in their 2.5-point favorites on the road. Where are you guys going, Caleb?
You want to talk about a nasty game here. This has the potential to be the worst game of the entire weekend. I think I'm going to go with the road favorites here. I'm going to go with the Steelers minus 2.5. You're going to hear from New York. You're going to hear the boos from Jets fans for Aaron Rodgers, but this is Aaron Glenn's first game as a head coach. It's going to take some, getting used to for him. I'm going to go Steelers minus 2.5, but it's going to be an ugly one. They might win by 3, and that game might be 3-0.
I think it's going to be ugly too. I'm going Steelers. I just don't see how the Jets put up points. I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. Like, I don't see this Justin Fields thing working out, to be honest with you. So I think this will be a type of game where they win like 20-6 or something. 20-13. Yeah, it'll be nasty, but I think they win it. Yeah, give me the Steelers to cover.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. This is why I said I like the favorites this week. It just feels like every favorite just makes sense. I know it's in New York, but I don't know. And the Jets do have a good defense, but I just don't know if like Justin Fields and I don't think that. And you know who's the OC? What's his name from?
Tanner Engstrand.
First game ever. It's versus the Steelers defense, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Too. Yeah, so I don't see a world where this Jets team wins this game.
That defense is going to eat Fields alive, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's going to be brutal, especially if they can't pass the rock as well. And it's like they're essentially just Breece Hall, Justin Fields running the ball, and Braylon Allen. I don't see a world where that happens. So I'm taking the Steelers as well. Steelers across the board. It's a sweep right there. All right, next game. The Raiders. Geno Smith. Pete Carroll is back in the NFL, and they're on the road versus the New England Patriots. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. Mike Vrabel's first game in New England, boys. And in my opinion, Drake Man's going to take this team to the playoffs. What are you guys taking?
Well, I mean, the Patriots are a team I've heard a lot about as well. I mean, I've seen people put this team in the top 10 making the playoffs. Look, they're a fun team. Drake May's cool. Mike Vrabel, I mean, getting him back he's like, if you're a fan of Dan Campbell, you're a fan of Vrabel. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the Raiders here on the road plus 2.5. That's a vibe pick. There's no X's and O's involved with that. That's just, I looked at that spread. I'm hearing too much about the Patriots, and I think their parade is going to get rained on in week 1 by the Raiders. So I'm going to take the Raiders plus 2.5.
This one I struggle with. because I really like the Patriots. But I think Geno, like they kind of know what you're getting out of Geno, and they're going to be in this game. They're going to be in this game. You know what? I'm just going to go with the home team here. I'm just going to rock with the Patriots. But I'm not in love with it. I think the Raiders are going to be in this game. It's going to be very close, but I'll take the Patriots.
Yeah, listen, I get, Caleb, your point with the Raiders. Vibe pick, understand that Pete Carroll first game. Like, again, Mike Vrabel's first game too. They both were out a year, both get a new job. I think the Patriots have a better roster. I think the Raiders do have a lot of good players. They revamped that defense. They did revamp that defense. And at the end of the day, they have Gentry. That's Gentry's first game in the NFL. They don't really have any weapons for Geno Smith. They have Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, who knows if he's what?
Brock Bowers?
Oh, Brock Bowers. Sorry, Brock. I apologize. I'm thinking of wide receivers. But Jacoby Myers is like, I want to be traded like 2 days ago. Like, he just asked out. He was like, I hate this place. Get me out of here. And then Amari Cooper comes in. And then within a day, Amari Cooper's like, I'm retiring from football. So I don't know what's happening in that room right there, but something's going on where they just lost 2 wide receivers essentially. Jacoby's probably going to play. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything like that. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, my guy Matt Collins, who walks around barefoot everywhere, he plays for the Patriots now. I like that. Give me the Patriots -2.5.
So I'm riding solo here. I like it.
Yeah, Ryan Solo, great song.
Like
All right, next game, Joe Burrow. I almost did the brrr, but I didn't want to do it. Joe Burrow, and that squad, they're actually going on the road to the Cleveland Browns, guys. One of the worst teams in football, if not the worst, outside of maybe the Saints. And they're 5.5-point favorites on the road to open up week 1. They're historically, too, a slow starting team. They historically do not play well in week 1. I'll say this. I'll give you guys a little tip. You're welcome. If you want to take it, do with what you want with it. But they don't usually play starters in the preseason, or sometimes maybe they played the starters more this preseason, in week 1 preseason at that, so they could get off to a faster start instead of years past. So do with that what you guys want. 5.5-point favorites on the road.
Well, Boone, you said it. The Bengals start slow, and here's a trend for you guys.
Here we go.
Home, individual games, home underdogs. Hammer them in week 1. I'm taking the Browns +5.5. You said it. One of the worst teams in the league. Divisional home underdogs. I'm taking the Browns +5.5.
I'm so confused right now.
Holy
Divisional
Jeff,
home
do you understand? Jeff, do you understand? Do you have the same thought process as me right now? Do you understand why I'm confused?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know what angle you're taking on this. I actually like the Bengals more because of what they've been doing.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm going to rock with the Bengals here. I think they're urgent. They have a lot of urgency to start off fast. And so I like them in this spot. And there's no way I'm picking the Browns to cover. I just can't. I just can't. And I know 5.5 is a lot. It is a lot for a home team to
I feel like it's not a lot for the Bengals.
But
I think divisional game week 1.
And I will say this, Jeff. Let me just, and this is me and you talking, Caleb. Hold on. I just want to do this. I want to look at Jeff here real quick. Jeff, just want to say this real quick.
Yeah.
Caleb opened up this segment by saying, I'm not using stats or my brain. I'm going off vibes.
I said trends.
Hold on. I'm going off vibes. And he literally just used a stat. All right.
No.
He didn't hear anything. I don't know what he's
trend. No, I said no X's and O's this year. No,
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
That was a trend. And I used a trend and divisional home underdogs in week 1. That's a trend. I'm playing it.
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Give me the Bengals as well. Thank you very much.
I mean, this week could go really bad or really good.
This could go really bad
Honestly,
or really good.
last year went so bad for Caleb because I feel like Jeff and I are always on the similar page, and we don't mean to be. And Caleb's always the opposite, and we end up hitting, and Caleb ends up just being sitting there going,
what do you think about this, Caleb? Guy in the middle is just trying to be different, Reg says.
Oh,
Shut
no,
up,
that's
Red
not what
Bull.
you want to hear.
Not
in a pick 'em.
Trying to be different.
That's like the one thing you don't want to hear in a pick.
You don't want to hear it from Reg, man.
Hey, you don't know. We haven't seen these games yet.
All
I
right.
could look like Einstein.
Or you could be like, I don't know, who's like the dumbest person of all time.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
All right. Next game, the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, one of the top 5 worst teams in football. Personally think that. Are on the road versus the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones. is the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. I have at my job, guys, I've been walking around yelling at the top of my lungs, watch out for Daniel Jones and the Colts. And everyone's been laughing at me. And I hope this week they go in there and win by 2 touchdowns. They're 1.5 point favorites in Indy at Lucas Oil. What do you guys think?
Daniel Jones is shit. Give me the Dolphins plus 1.5.
They're
I'm gonna
so
be honest.
bad. They're
gonna be
so
honest.
bad.
I'm rocking with Caleb on this.
Jeff, did you see those? Did you see those corners?
I know, but the thing I think people forget about is Tua healthy. Like, they're going to put up some points. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you guys
They're gonna be able to
forget?
keep up with them.
Do you guys know? Okay, let me give you guys a name real quick. Are you ready for this?
yeah, go ahead.
Jonathan Taylor.
No,
Let me give you another name. Let me give you 3 names: Adonai Mitchell, Alec Pierce. Oh, wait, hold on.
You started
Michael
with
Pittman.
Johnny Mitchell. That was tough.
Dude,
That's-
come
Michael
on.
Pittman.
You just named like one of the worst receiving cores in football.
Dude, you should have started with Tyler Warren or something, man. I don't
Tyler
know.
Warren.
But
Nah, I get you.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, like, he's going to play.
Sick, dude. Yeah, sick.
Achan, you know. Give me the Dolphins. I'm with you. I'm going to
Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon. I picked him up.
Yeah.
fantasy.
Ollie's a good one. So Caleb took the Dolphins as well. You took the Dolphins. I'm taking the Colts. I'm standing on my solo thing here, man. I'm fine with that. I'll ride alone. I don't care.
I like how he started it off with, I walked around the office telling him, watch out.
I
for
did.
Daniel Jones."
They're all laughing at me. I was like, give me like 7 or 8 wins with Daniel Jones. And they're all like, no way.
Someone's probably like, you guys know that kid who just keeps walking around yelling about Daniel Jones all day?
They know who I am. Shout out one of the guys on my team at work. Like a month ago, came up and was like, I've got the best. He said I already had the best bet of the week. And it was, he said Dolphins spread versus the Colts. And then like a month later, I'm like, give me the Colts. I switched it up on him. All right, next game. Done with my stories. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 1 point favorites in Atlanta. Michael Penix, Baker Mayfield battle it out. AFC South or NFC South. Who do you guys have?
I actually like both of these teams this year.
I thought you were going to say this game.
Well, I do. This is a tough game. There's a reason the spread is 1. I'm going to go with the home underdog here in the divisional game again. I'm going to go with the Falcons +1. Penix, I think he's going to come out slinging it. He has weapons there. Kyle Pitts, comeback season is starting right now. Give me the Falcons +1.
Caleb, I love, like, you're losing me as this goes on, man. Like,
Why?
Give me the,
What? I
give me
mean,
the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I'm not gonna think too much about it. Like, you just gotta, like, you're too much vibes, Caleb. You're too much vibes right now.
and maybe it works because last year I was trying to be 2 X's and O's. I was trying to be too cute, too smart.
Yeah,
I got to play my game.
Listen, I like Michael Penix, but this Bucks team's gonna be really good.
I'll
So,
say this too: whatever that over/under is, I'll take that too. I mean, the over in that game, whatever that is, I'll take that. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
Yeah,
I guess probably 50.5.
yeah,
I think the Bucks are one of the best teams in the NFC. Probably a top 3 team in the NFC, in my opinion. So I'm going to go the Bucks here. I don't hate the Falcons. I brought up the point yesterday. Michael Penix, I think he's gonna be fine, but he only started in 3 games last year, and they went 1-2, and he threw 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So, I still think there's like a lot of people don't. The majority of the people don't think so. I still think there's a question mark. I think you're gonna have the talent that he has. It's still like a full season. You want to see it first. So, I think the Bucks win this game by like a touchdown. To be honest,
and I have Bucky Irving in fantasy. He's going to have 150 all-purpose.
Yeah,
games.
Bucky is so good, man. Did you get him in our league?
No, I got him.
Dude, I went to go get him in like the pick before
Gentry.
he went like the pick before me. I was a little upset about that, to be honest. Sad. All right. Cam Ward makes his debut, guys. He's on the road versus the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are 8.5 point favorites. I think it's the biggest spread of the weekend in the NFL. It's a massive spread. We probably could have taken it out. Honestly, I only left it in because it's the number 1 overall pick playing, and it's the Denver Broncos, one of the best defenses in the NFL. I thought it would be interesting to hear the thoughts on that. Where are you guys going with this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think Cam Ward's going to have a phenomenal season, but starting on the road in Denver against one of the best defenses in the NFL, I got to take the Broncos here -8.5. And I think I think the Broncos are going to pick up right where they left off. I think they're going to be a really good team again. But yeah, I'm not going to bet on a rookie quarterback on the road against one of the best defenses in football in week 1. Give me the Broncos -8.5.
That spread is steep, rightfully so. I'm just going to go. I'm with you, Caleb. Give me the Broncos. That's a tough spot for Cam Ward to be in.
Yep.
That's a really tough spot.
It's one of those like spreads where you're like, there's a reason that they
think.
Yeah, and if it makes you think, it's like you probably just go the favorite, to be honest.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and honestly, if the Titans cover, all three of us obviously I'm picking the Broncos as well. But it's whatever at that point, at the end of the day. Next game. The team I think that wins their division this year, the San Francisco 49ers. They are on the road. They are 1.5-point favorites versus new quarterback and Sam Darnold in Seattle. Caleb, how are we feeling about that matchup?
If this spread was like 49ers -4, I probably would have taken it. But since it's so low, here come the vibes. Since it's so low, it makes me want to take the Seahawks. So I'm going to take the road or the home underdog here. I'm taking Seahawks +1.5.
Christian McCaffrey's questionable. I'm nervous about that because I have him in fantasy, but I'm just going to bank on him playing and just go 49ers. I think that's probably why the spread's changed to Caleb, is because he's been out of practice last 2 days. But if Christian McCaffrey plays, they're going to cover this. You could have moved the spread to 4.5. They would have still covered it. So, yeah, give me the 49ers.
It's 1.5. Yeah, I'm with you there, Jeff. I do think, and if it already came out today that line or that the 49ers were out or without CMC, I would have probably gone the Seahawks, even though they have Brian Robinson Jr. But I do still think, though, that even if they have Brian Robinson Jr., they're gonna have a chance to win that football game. So I'm gonna go the 49ers as well. Caleb, I'm sorry. I
was just gonna ask you, are you writing these down? Because I need to know how many I'm alone on.
I'm writing them down. I am.
This could be a massive.
Once we're done, I'll find the number here for you and we'll figure that out. But
I'm getting a little bit nervous here.
No, you're fine.
I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable.
The thing that you need to know too, though, it's like I'm not changing my picks based off of what you pick. I put my picks in.
Yeah, me too.
Earlier today, the only one that I didn't put in was Titans at Broncos. I was interested. I haven't decided on that. I like the 8.5 though. Next game, we have two more left. Texans at Rams -3. The Rams are favored by 3 versus the Houston Texans. Where are you guys rolling with this one?
This one's tricky, dude.
I know this spread is weird. I think it's going to be a really, really sweet game. Stafford, is he 100% healthy? I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Texans +3 here on the road. I don't think there's going to be many points scored in this game. I like both of these defenses, especially their fronts. I'm going to take the Texans +3.
This one I struggled with. I kept going back and forth. I'm just going to go with the team I had originally and just pick the Rams. I'm just going to go with the Rams, man. I think they cover. I think they just
Caleb, I told you I pick whoever's on my paper. I'm picking whoever's on my paper. I made it. I did it at like 3:00 today. I'm doing whoever's on my paper.
I thought about the Texans. I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm just going to go with the Rams here.
On my paper today at 3:00 when I put my picks in, I'm thinking like this is going to be also a very close game, as Caleb was saying. But the only difference is I'm going to stick with Caleb. I have on my paper the Houston Texans +3. I think they either win this game or not. I just think the Rams, Stafford, he just got back, and I know it's Matthew Stafford, veteran. He knows what he's doing. I still think, though, like being out most of camp, week 1, it's tough. And I'm telling you what, like I saw this Texans team in person at the joint practice. I thought that defense looks really good, like very, very good. And I think this might be a lower scoring game than people think. I know it's two kind of high power offenses with Puka, Kyron, Matthew Stafford, and Devontae Adams. And then it's the same on the Texans. You have those weapons there, but you don't have any Joe Mixon. I just think these two defenses are very, very good defenses. So it's going to be a lower scoring game. 3 points for a team. I'll take it. Last one. Monday Night Football, by the way, is Vikings-Bears. We'll do that pick on Monday before the show. We won't add that in as a pick, but we'll talk about it for the show on Monday. But the last game here, we have the Baltimore Ravens are 1.5-point favorites on the road versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are underdogs at home to open the season, guys. 2 MVPs just going head to head. What do you guys think?
I know everybody and their mom is going to be on Buffalo Bills. If they are an underdog at home, I know everybody is going to be on the Bills. So I'm going to take the Ravens here minus 1.5. 1.5. I mean, Josh Allen stole an MVP from Lamar Jackson last year. I think he took that personally, and I think the Ravens are ready to go this year. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 1.5 here on the road.
Caleb, I'm with you.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'm in the trenches with you here. I'm gonna go. I'm rocking with the Ravens here. I just think the Bills. I know he's been hyping up Keon Coleman as well, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna go with the. Even though it's a weird line because they're on the road. They're 2 great quarterbacks. Usually most of the time you take Josh here, but now I'm going Lamar and Derek.
These are the picks that make champions. You guys go ahead and take the Ravens. I will take the Buffalo Bills. Opening game. Hard Knocks has been with the Bills this whole time. Josh Allen, MVP, all of that. The Buffalo Bills aren't losing at home to open the season. You think that fan base is going to let that happen? Jumping through tables, lighting tables on fire, drinking out of what are those things they drink out of? Shooting each other with mustard and ketchup. Come on, now they're going to be ready to roll.
I don't think Lamar Jackson cares about any of that.
Sunday Night Football, Josh Allen. Come on. Take him anytime touchdown as well. And if you want something even better, take James Cook and Josh Allen combined anytime touchdown. You're welcome.
Wow.
There we have it. And I'm going to be so far behind after this week or just way ahead of you guys.
Yeah, you are a lot. You have a lot of different picks.
Well,
I mean, all of them, basically.
That'll do it for Pick'em. Appreciate you all as always. Shout out to Sam Flannel. Shout out to you, Caleb, for joining. Fridays are going to be some fun shows here, so I cannot wait for it. We will catch you guys on Sunday. Our
Lions
live
score predictions on Sunday. Usually we'll do a Friday. We'll do it Sunday because we ran out of time.
Yeah, we'll give our score predictions out. We have our game day programming, pregame show, watch party, postgame show. All that stuff will be scheduled on our YouTube channel, so you'll see that. But until Sunday, actually tomorrow, because Caleb and Mike will be live. So 10 a.m. tomorrow, Mike and Caleb are live. They're gonna crush. And then Sunday we have our programming. So all weekend we got content. So stick around. But until then, we will catch you all.
Love you guys.